morning and welcome to the Monday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. It is Monday, May the 23rd, 2022, Victoria Day here in Canada, where we celebrate a nostalgic day. My heart goes out to all of the families that were affected by the storms that rolled through the province of Ontario and through some parts of the United States yesterday. Very interesting times we're coming into as we watch the consciousness shifting in the planet, on the planet, and in humanity. Please understand that consciousness affects matter more than matter affects consciousness. Today we're very fortunate and blessed to have the energy of Master Kuthumi with me, who wants to discuss that you have a purpose, and it's not what you've been taught to believe that it is. And we're going to get into that in just a moment. I also want to let you guys know, if you want to have your questions answered, as we get quite a few questions on some days, to please use the super chat feature in the comments panel. It prioritizes your question and makes certain that it's going to get answered. It just makes it a lot easier, and it helps to support this channel. So as we come into this understanding of who and what we are as individuals and what we are as a soul, what we are as a mind, there are very clear distinctions that denote one from another. Although you cannot separate body, mind, emotions, and the awareness that inhabits it, you can recognize the distinction between them in various degrees of expression. It's obvious to know that the body functions very independent of the mind, but also it is directed by it. That mind can direct the form, that you can direct your mind, and that something is directing you. Coming to this understanding that you actually have a purpose. You came into this world because you have something to do. One of the things he says to me is really important you understand that the way to get to your purpose, rather than through the ways of men, is through the ways of your experience. That is, there are fundamental areas that you are drawn towards that are not based in the body. They're based in an excitement and an enthusiasm for certain areas of interest to you. Some of you are very interested and excited by nature, by animals. Some of you are very excited by the sciences. Some of you are very excited by the act of creation, such as dance or painting. The key to returning back to your purpose and its essential function as something you are conscious of, as opposed to the contrived reality that has been imposed upon you by the environment, is to begin to understand what it is that makes you feel alive. Not physically alive, that is already established that your body is alive, but what makes you as an awareness excited about being in this world. There is a simple method that we gave to this one a long time ago for assisting people in rediscovering those areas of interest that are important to you, that are central to who you are as a being, as a soul, as an awareness, here to experience an interaction creatively with your environment. And the simple methodology is this: to take a simple booklet, to go around each day, to make note of the things in the world around you that give you joy, that make you feel happy to be in this world. Make note of these things, whether it is birds or trees or sky or people. Understand what excites you, what gives you joy. Make note of these things, even if it is a blade of grass or a butterfly. Begin to give your attention to those elements in your environment that excite you inside, that make you thrilled or fascinated. This will begin a process of liberating you to what you have been conditioned to believe you think you are supposed to do. This whole understanding of these 9 to 5 jobs and these structured ways of living that are not natural to the dynamic nature of what you are as an infinite intelligence, as a non-physical entity, unbound by time, space, and matter. To come to the understanding of your purpose will come through your joy, not through your fear, not through any guilt or shame. It will come through your joy. For joy is the ungoverned expression of life, liberated through expressing through material medium. Please understand that simple action of understanding what gives you joy. What gives you joy? Go around, take this booklet and write every time you see something that fascinates you, whether it is a branch of a tree or a bird or a child or a sky or something in the sciences or the way things move. Notice what gives you joy, what connects you to your joy inside of you, not what makes you feel good through your senses. Not that there's anything wrong with experiencing pleasure in the senses, but when it subjugates you to it, when you get lost in matter and are divested of your ability to exert your creative influence over it, you are now lost. And so we encourage you to begin this process of looking for those little things around you that bring that spark of joy back into your awareness. Not something you were told, oh, you should be excited by this pair of jeans, or you should be excited by this TV show, or you should be excited by what those people are doing over there. That may be one of the elements, but to connect to your own internal joy, what gives you joy. When you came into this world, your knowledge of your purpose, your natural inclination to do that which is in alignment with your purpose is your joy, was covered over by the process of education that you've experienced in this dimension. It forced you to remember lots of information that had no relevance to joy, that had no relevance to what you are here for. But it is never too late, for the purpose that you are here to serve is still within you, intact. But you must dust off the old information that you've been layered upon with this, placed over your mind so that you cannot see or hear what is true for you anymore. But take this pad, this note, this pen, this paper, and go out and connect to all those things that give you joy, that excite you. Do not hold back on writing anything in there. To reconnect to it, the inside, it is not to connect to the fact that you get your joy out there. It will reconnect you to the fact that your joy exists within you. Or if you continually seek to find that which is outside of you in hopes that you will find what is within you, you will be sorely disappointed. And much of the suffering on this planet today is a direct result of that process of thinking that you will find the love, the joy, the excitement, the meaning, the value, and the purpose of your life in the world. You are here to bring meaning, value, and purpose to the world. That is your purpose, to give value to this world. And it always begins from this expression of joy, for that is what life is, the joyous unfoldment of consciousness in a creative expression. That is joy. So connect again to the joy within you, utilizing the environment as the mechanism for reconnecting, for rebuilding that pathway back inward to the source of who you are. Your purpose, when it is lived and experienced as your expression, will always give you joy. It will always inspire you. It will always excite you. It will always lead you from one thing to another, from one experience to another, but you will not be seeking the experience for the experience's sake. You'll be generating experiences for your creative process. Your creative process generates experiences for you. That is what happens. Your creative process generates experience for you, not the other way around. You do not acquire who you are from this world. You bring who you are to this world. So reconnect with your joy. Rediscover the spark within you that is that joy. The act of doing something should be done not because you will acquire joy from what you do, but you are experiencing joy by doing it. By doing that thing, you are experiencing joy. That is the way it's supposed to flow from the inner to the outer. You came here to offer your light, offer your life to this world. Yeah, he says the conventional educational systems today really have done a disservice to humanity as a whole. It's really slowed down the progress of the spiritual evolution of human collective unconsciousness on this planet. He calls it a distraction. Anything that distracts you outside of yourself, that doesn't lead you back into where you will find more of yourself, circumvents your ability to live your purpose fully and freely in this dimension. But get clear that what you have been taught to believe about this world is not necessarily true. And many of that which has been taught is not true, in fact. Many of your laws of gravity and physics are amenable to certain levels of knowledge and understanding that your science, in a small measure, does know. Yeah, he also said that the 1% on the planet today that are so-called in control are the 1% that understand that they are purposeful beings. They are creating beings. And so are all of you. You must understand this. You are creating beings. You are creating. You're not simply meant to be experiencing the delights of the world. You're here to be creating delights in the world through your expression. You have much light to bring to this world. Wow. Right, wonderful, thank you. It's important that you understand this. Most of what we've been taught to believe about who we are is not who we are. You need to reconnect. We all need to reconnect to that source of life within you, that source that is beating your heart right now is a source. It's like a flower. You know, you hear right now it's spring in Canada and we're watching all the flowers coming up, and it's pretty remarkable because it's barren. 3 weeks ago, there's nothing there. And all of a sudden, there's this remarkable symphony of color and smell in the air that's just exquisite. And that's you. That's me. That's who we really are inside. We got this seed of consciousness inside us that's came here to burst forth onto this world as an expression of uniqueness. Every single one of us. Yes. The simple process, literally taking a notepad or a journal and walking around and noticing the bird gives you joy. You feel joy when you look at a bird, or you feel joy when you look at a bird. Find the things that trigger your joy. It's not the thing that triggers the joy that you're after. It's connecting to the joy that's within you. Because once you start to connect to the joy within you, to your excitement inside you, the expression that you naturally have that comes from that will begin to reemerge. He said it can take up to 6 weeks of just continually getting connected to that higher vibrational energy of your soul internally. Use the world. He says, use the world as a device for reconnecting to yourself. Just as the world has been used as a device by some to disconnect you from yourself, use the world as a device to connect you to yourself, to be able to remember the true nature of your expression here, to remember yourself and what you are here to be and do. It is still within you to understand this and to know this. It is within you to understand and to know these things. He says that the trap that many are trapped in is the outside world has been presented to you as the source of your fulfillment and happiness. But the outside world is not the source of your fulfillment and happiness. The expression of who you are is the source of your fulfillment and happiness. Your purposeful being, expressing the light that is you. That is where fulfillment resides in your life for you and for all of you. Please understand this, that you may use the world as a mechanism for reconnecting to your nature if you've been disconnected from it. If you have not been disconnected from it, then you're simply living your life to your fullest right now. You're expressing all you were here to express. You are being all you were here you can be. You are doing all you can do because it is your nature to do so. Unlearning. He says unlearning is really important. Unlearning what you've learned is really important. Getting to that place where you understand your joy again, your light, your passion, to really, truly, deeply connect to that. And this simple tool to have a notepad or a journal and go around and observe all things that trigger and stimulate joy within you. Not the stimulation or excitation of your senses, but the feeling of joy within you. It usually sits just above your heart. This feeling that I speak of sits just above the heart. That when you see something or a beautiful sunset and you go, ah, it is not the sunset you wish to seek. It is the essence of your excitation, of your energy that is filled with the wonder and joy of being and seeing and experiencing. As you connect more and more to that, then it will become obvious to you the things that you will do and say that are in alignment with that vibration of wonder, of excitement, of joy. It is not that complex, but 6 weeks. He says 6 weeks of actually going around and identifying things that excite you, like really going around and looking at things that reawaken who you are inside. Not because you're told, believe this or believe that, but because you experience, you reconnect to the essential nature of who you are, which is love. And love's expression is playfulness and joy and curiosity and compassion and kindness and creativity. Love is a general term, but it has many different shades of expression. Yes, there's no time to waste now. You do not have time to waste in rediscovering who you are. Although you cannot waste time in one sense, but you have no time to waste, for that body is very temporary. Reconnect to the nature of your spirit so that you can begin to perform the function you came here to perform. The reason so many of you are struggling is not because you wish to struggle, but it is because you are so divested. You've gone far away from your home. You believe that everything outside of you is the source of your happiness, and this is not true. You believe everything outside of you is the source of your suffering. It is not. That is inside of you also. Only you can begin this process of change. It cannot be done for you. It can be done by you. But what we can offer you are simple, easy steps to begin the process of your own liberation. Simple steps that do not have to cost you thousands of dollars. To learn these simple steps, to take a pad, to begin to go around and notice what gives you joy, and then to connect to that joy inwardly, to stop, to pause, to connect to the essence of your being, which is love, which is life, which is joy, which is curiosity, which is playfulness, which is creativity, to reconnect to that within yourself. But use the environment. If you are not connected to it already, then use the environment as a means of stimulating or reawakening that sleeping self of who you really are behind the personality that has been manufactured for you by the world. For the personality that you have has been manufactured for you. It has been manufactured by your environment, and you must decide to give up what has been manufactured and return to the original copy. Return to your originality. Return to your originality. The simple process. reconnecting. Again, it is not about whether or not a butterfly gives you joy. It is that you are able to connect to the joy of your being, which is your natural state. It is not about the wondrous sunset. It's about connecting to the joy of being in that experience of being, that energy that you are. You are the sunset. You are the butterfly. Connecting to the energy within you that you are disconnected from, that you believe you think you must get from the world repeatedly. And yet, if that were the case, then all of you would be happy. If the world would truly provide you with a sense of who you are that would fulfill you, then all of you would be fulfilled by now. Is that not true? You would all be fulfilled by now if this world truly could give you what you already possess. You would be fulfilled. Please understand, the fulfillment of your being comes from within, not from without. But use this simple method to reconnect to the vibrational constitution of who you truly are as a sentient, dynamic extension of love. Remember this. Remember this. Wow, thank you. Thank you so much. Good morning, everybody. Hi, Adam, Allison, Heather. Hi, Jacqueline. Question from Nancy. Are there any changes I need to make at this time in my life? Well, Nancy, if you've been hearing what Master Kuthumi is saying, literally, you need to reconnect to the things within yourself that are you. The joy, the playfulness, the excitement, the curiosity. And if you're not connected to, if you're asking that question, you need to connect. Like literally go out and find the things that connect you back to your joy inside. And then when you feel the joy, sit in the joy. Sit in you're looking at a beautiful sunset and you're feeling the amazing wonder of the sunset. Close your eyes and stay connected to the feeling of wonder that is you inside. This is about reconnecting to who you are behind the personality, beyond this world. You came here to offer something to this world. Every one of us did. Every one of us did. Every one of us did. Everyone that has ever been on this earth, anyone that has ever been on this earth now, anyone that will ever be on this earth comes here to give something to the world. And if you're disconnected from it, you are unfulfilled. But do that. When you're looking at a beautiful sunset, close your eyes and feel your beauty. Reconnect to what's within you. When you see a beautiful butterfly, connect to you can appreciate the butterfly, but connect to the essence of that energy that is you within you, that's beauty. Connect to your inner beauty. You see something out there that excites you, close your eyes and connect to the exciting energy that is you. You see something out there that makes you very curious or thoughtful, then connect to the part of you that is very curious and thoughtful internally. Reactivate, reawaken yourself. Get out from the mask that has been put upon you by the world, and you will find the freedom you're seeking. Yes, I understand. Question from Vertical. Will international travel play a role for me this year? The fact that you're asking this question of me would indicate that, of course, it can play that role for you. If you're expecting international travel to excite you, it is the other way around. It's your excitement that will create the international travel. Connect first to that which is within you, to the excitement of international travel that is within you. It is not the travel that will excite you. It's the excitement that will make you travel. Please understand, it's always from within outward. This environment has taught you to think that it's outward and inward. No, you will find the fulfillment you seek in this world by the expression of yourself freely in this world. Please understand this. Wow, great question, Vertical. Thank you, Angela. Question from Adam. Does any of my guides have a message for me? I don't know who this is, but they're saying get out and dance, Adam. They want you to get out and dance. I don't know where or I mean there's these forest creatures that would really love to have you dance among the forest. That'd be really cool. I think you'd get a lot out of that, Adam. Thank you so much. A question from Daniela. I created a card deck in the past 2 years. Each card has a few words that I gave meaning to me. Is this deck complete? I get a strong yes, this is completed. Pardon me, somebody else is saying it's not completed until others have received it. It's not completed until others have received it. Wow. Wonderful. Well, guys, I think we're just about done for today. I want to say thank you to Master Kuthumi for this simple process of literally reconnecting to who you are internally. This is so important. We get so, yes, he says, this especially this modern world loans itself greatly to the stimulation of your senses at the expense of your soul. And so the fulfillment of your purpose remains elusive to many of you because you are so caught up in the world. There are exceptions among you, of course, that have managed to keep that love, that light, that joy intact within your own heart, that you were able to keep the mask off enough so that you could still see, at least with one eye, what it is that you were seeking to express. But those of you that are free of the world's encumbrances, free to express the nature of who you are as a sentient being, those of you are the ones that are making the new world that you see coming very soon. Question from SJK. Thank you for the super chat, SJK. I have had a string of freak accidents and injuries, narrowly avoiding extreme injury. This is not normal for me. What's going on? He's saying that the first, you must sit and release. You must release the fear from your heart of these things. Release the fear from your heart. You must understand that energy is a substance that when it garners your attention, you nurture it to life. Your attention nurtures life. Good or bad, whatever you give your attention to, you nurture it. Pay no heed to your fear. Restore rather your joy and your excitement at living. Yes. Keep your attention away from the fear. Pay no heed to those things. This is a very exciting time for you. To fully understand how to keep your attention away from those things you do not wish to give life to is very important. You will find as you smile more, if you smile more, each time these concerns come to your awareness, simply smile and make the statement, I am free in joy. I am free in joy. Always with a smile, when any of these concerns come to your awareness, I am free in joy. You will be delighted at what will begin to unfold quite rapidly for you in your experience. Again, this requires that you understand that you are creating your experience, that the environment is not the source of your soul nor your expression. Well, thank you so much for that, SJK. Great question. Time for one more question here. A question from Animo. I can sit with a cat on my lap and listen to the forest, the river, the birds, and know joy and fulfillment. What more purpose do I have in this life form? And how would you serve to express that joy in this world? What are your actions that your joy gives birth to? What are the words that your joy gives birth to? What are the thoughts that your joy gives birth to? Think on these things and do these things, and you will know you are free. But what does your joy articulate as an expression, as a thought, as a word? This is the question. that you will come to understand is the beginning of your freedom. To question, what does my love say? What does my love do? What does my joy say? What does my joy do? What does my curiosity say? What does my curiosity do? When you understand that you can ask these things of your joy and receive an answer, not from the world, but from within you. Your joy knows what its function is, what it says, and what it does, and you may ask of it these things, and you shall be answered, and you will not be denied. Wow, thank you. Well, guys, I want to say thank you, everybody. If you're new to the channel, remember to subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and click the notification bell. If you got any questions or comments about what you've heard today, please write in the comment section below. If you want to know anything more about our courses, classes, you want to support this channel, you can check out our Patreon page in the description box below. You can also check out our course and class on my website. Again, that's in the description box below. I want to thank all of you for coming by. Just a quick note too, this Wednesday, May the 25th, we've got the seventh Galactic Movements. And that's with the Galactic Federation. It's called the 7th Galactic Movements. That's going to be this Wednesday, May the 25th, on the 10 a.m. on Shortcuts to Your Soul. This Friday, May the 27th, we've got Redefining Freedom this Friday with the Ascended. I want to wish you all much love. Have yourself a wonderful, joyful day. And remember, live your love. It's within you. Bye for now, everybody.